What's going on, Cowboy TD? This is a response to your favorite teams and bandwagon. Um, as you can tell from my hat, uh, I'm an Eagles fan. It just happens. A little bit about me. I'm actually from Connecticut, so around here, it's more or less either you like teams from Boston or you like teams from New York. And actually, I've actually been a lifelong Red Sox fan, a lot longer than I've been an Eagles fan. I've been a Red Sox fan from about time I've been. God, I pretty much was born into it. It's like you were mentioning how like in your just video that you posted today how like you grew up a Cowboys Rangers fan because that's just what you did. And I just remember on my side of the family, my mom has been a Red Sox fan her entire life, her mother, and then her mother, and so forth. So it's like it's kind of like been a tradition. I started going to Fenway Park when I was about 18, 10 months old. It's just I've been a Red Sox fan my entire life, and we talk about bandwagon fans, man. It really, do it. It really pisses me off where you go around the entire country and you see Red Sox fans everywhere. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm glad that the team's getting support and stuff like that. But when you see people that are like, "Oh, I've been a Red Sox fan for my entire life," and yet you ask them who their the starter center field is, Jacoby Ellsbury, they're like, "Oh, well, I don't know who it is." Like I could tell you right now the batting lineup. I watch the games religiously on TV every single day, or when I don't have work. I mean, it's like I watch the games all the time. I follow the team closely, like a true fan. It's not about one individual. It's about the team, and when the team loses, like it happens. I mean, I've winning. They didn't win a World Series until I was 14 years old, and for the rest of my family, that was like our first World Series. And my great grandmother died in 2001, so she didn't even get to see them win the World Series, and she was a lifelong Red Sox fan. So, it just happens. But you see people that are Red Sox, Yankees fans, or any other like you mentioned like the Cleveland Cavaliers fans that just came out of nowhere just because the team's doing well, and it's just for me it's like being a lifelong Red Sox fan and them not having any much success, and the Yankees winning the World Series in the '90s, and it was just like okay, I put up with that crap my entire life, and now that they finally won two World Series, I can finally like okay, cool, the Red Sox actually won something, after years of just failure. But you love the team. You're with them through the good times, and you're obviously with them in the bad times when they don't win. That's when you're a true fan and you're not some bandwagon somewhere. So if the Red Sox were to finish dead last, God forbid this year, I'd be okay with that because I've been following them my entire life, and that's quite okay. And actually, my favorite player is actually Carl Yastrzemski, who's not even retired in '83. So because I'm Polish and he was a Polish guy from Long Island, so Long Island's about 2 hours from where I live in Connecticut. So that's cool. Now about these boys, yeah, your little bird friends, those guys. Actually, being a Red Sox fan, I've been taught to hate every single New York team in existence, every single team. So when it came down to it, the New York Giants I hate them with a passion. I hate all New York teams. So growing up, I really wasn't much of a football fan. I only started becoming a football fan until I was about 10 years ago, right around when McNabb was drafted. That's when I started paying attention to the sport. My favorite color was always green. It's just we all have our favorite colors, and I noticed they played against a New York team, and a badass looking eagle looks pretty cool. So I started following the Philadelphia Eagles about 10 years ago, and obviously I've learned a lot about the history of the organization, how they haven't been really that successful, and granted they've been to the NFC Championship games the last couple of years, and they made that Super Bowl in the '04 season. I mean that was cool. Um, as much as being a bandwagon fan, I mean I've only been following the team as for as long as I can remember, and I have started an interest in football. So, I mean, I've seen the videos. I've been to Philadelphia. My first game was actually it took me long enough. My first game was actually this past Cowboys Eagles game in December when they won 44-6. It was pretty cool about that. Nothing like stepping out of your car and people are giving you an Emmett Smith jersey to step on and spit on, and they actually burned it later in the day. So I thought that was pretty cool. My first ever NFL game being something like that. That was pretty sweet. But so yeah, the Eagles and the Red Sox. I mean, I follow both sports religiously. I'm always on the unofficial blogs and always looking at the team updates, and I have like all the jerseys, and I'm just like I'm passionate. I mean, I love all the guys on the team. I think all of them. I always like look at the drafts for more of the NFL because the NFL draft's more popular, but. I look at the Red Sox hopefully in the minor league system and who they got coming up and stuff like that. Because I get every single Red Sox game on TV because they're a local team, and Fox for me. I mean, I get like every single Giants, Patriots, Jet game, but I get a lot of Eagles games around here just because they're only about 3 hours away, give or take. So when they're not on TV, I'm watching the game on on NFL.com, like the little live scores, because that's just it's my best thing to actually watching a game. In terms of basketball, there really isn't much to watch around here. I mean, you have either the Celtics, the Knicks, or the Nets, but I like Steve Nash. He's my favorite player. Does that make me a Suns fan? You know, but he's my favorite player. I like the way he plays, or he used to play. Granted, he played for your Mavs, for a majority of his career in '04 to no, 98 to '04. I just like Steve Nash. I mean, does that make me a Suns fan? They were good for a while. I mean, this year they didn't have that great of a year, but I like Steve Nash and I wish him the best of success. Hockey, I mean, I get NESN, which carries all the Red Sox games, and they also carry a lot of all the Bruins games too. I really haven't watched one Bruins game at all. I like watching playoff hockey on like the Stanley Cup so right now. So that's the only hockey I pretty much I watch, which is that's fine. I'm a fair weather fan. Um, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I think I pretty much covered it. So yeah, Red Sox, Eagles. I hate New York teams. Sorry, man, but the Eagles will probably beat the Cowboys again this year. Sorry, unless you can come up with some like little, I don't know, man, just joking around. But yeah, they're probably gonna beat you guys this year, and hopefully the Red Sox beat the Yankees. They're playing them tonight, and that's another franchise where ooh, I'm a big Yankee fan. You see all these people around America. I'm just like you don't know what it's like to live around here. The whole Connecticut's just divided: Red Sox, Yankees, and the occasional Met fan because those people don't want to be seen after blowing all those leads the last couple of years. All right, man. So hopefully a lot of people will respond to this. So wish you best. See you later.